Flipping through the dial, had watched the news in a while. Turn on CNN, ain't see none of my friends. Swag gave me the blues, they never walked in my shoes. They want us living in fear, it ain't what I'm trying to hear. Switched it over to Fox, kept clicking, I barely stopped. New guest on NBC, no one that represent me, so I got tired of waiting. Sit master debate, give me some headlines, it must be past bedtime. Sleeping on me still like I ain't vitamin D for real. Rep your city, play devil's advocate. Wayne Brady gon' have to smack a bit. Tell me something good, a recipe for success. Give me some timeline, shot session and flight deck. Hey, P, what's next?
It's your boy, P. Henry Trotter IV, a.k.a. Home Run Trot, a.k.a. Casino P, a.k.a. Mr. Long P, a.k.a. Mock Tube, a.k.a. Quinn with the pen and with the lens, a.k.a. Chef Boy RP, a.k.a. Fat Hope Fred, a.k.a. Sneeze, because I bless these hoes, a.k.a. your grandma's favorite house guest, because that boy got manners. Welcome to Season 2. Give me some headlines. Episode 78. It's your dog. On a wonderful Saturday, late afternoon, early evening, however motherfuckers like to mix it up. Today's Sunday. It's a beautiful NFL Sunday. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but we got wonderful niggas getting tackled up and down the field. Cleats tapping on the grass. Leather hitting gloves. Pads popping. And you know, whenever that shit like that going on, I'm in the cockpit with my player partner. I'll let him introduce himself. What it do, big dog?
It's your nigga C.O.D. DecaturboyMusic. Fuck going on, you know what I'm saying, bro? Checking in for another episode of Eerie. Give me some headlines. And we do have Rod joining the pod. Rod, talk to them folk, cuz. You give a door loud and clear, no fit right in it. But yeah, man. We gonna jump right into this shit, bro. I ain't even gonna bury the lead. Did you tell her what episode it was, cuz?
78.
78. And what is significant about that number? I don't know. But the point is, this episode has a special irk to it, but this flight deck is related to last week's episode topic, man, because we ain't touch on it, but I feel like if they're gonna be conversations on wax, we can't avoid the topic of the day. And I'm not a fan of how a lot of this shit is going on. Beyond what's actually happening to this brother, the conversation around him from my peers is wildly disheartening. So we're gonna kick the show off talking about brother Kyrie Irving. I ain't even gonna flex, bro. We gonna kick it off talking about brother Kai. P, we ain't gotta get into what he did that sparked it, because referencing that is what they use to say, oh, so you saying this or you saying that. Let's just talk about the aftermath. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the point that this man tweeted a link to a book and documentary, calamity hit. Your thoughts? Matter of fact, hold on. Let me toss it to my homie Rod, bro. You got any feelings on Kyrie?
Oddly enough, the first time I came on here, we was talking about that when referencing Kareem and about people speaking on someone without actually talking to them. And yet again, now we seeing a double down on having the black commentary give their opinion on what he said as an individual, which is unnecessary because no one spoke with him. They just took what he did wildly out of context and needed to do damage control. So they got some of the top 10 Negroes in the league to speak on their behalf and paint the narrative the way they need to, because it's piggybacking off whatever Kanye was trying to bring light to. And now you have, this backlash from the Jewish community, as they always do, to, make themselves the victim of something, but you still profit monetarily. You also are consistently trying to double down now on black men apologizing in public as if that is necessary. When yet again, when white men do things that are disgraceful and despicable, there's none of that same type of attitude about that behavior or anything that goes with it. Kyrie's a good guy. He's who he is. I would rather have a Kyrie than have, and I love him, but LeBron, because LeBron plays that part. Like I saw some shit today where I don't know what, you had some weird tribute to Takeoff, but it involved you. That's unnecessary. Takeoff passed away. You didn't die, nigga. You still living, and you weren't even cool with that nigga like that. I mean, let's just keep it real. And I hate the fact that now we're in an age where we want to put, what we do is, once again, because we're a high commodity, we put black people on pedestals. When something happens to them, we use their likeness and their image to boost ourselves. And then at the same time, while we're trying to do that, on the other end, you'll vilify someone like a Kyrie, but then try to make it seem like you're down. How you down for the culture talking bad about a black man again in public? And we're doing this shit again. And it's like every month.
Most definitely. And on that note, bro, I tossed it to UP for your thoughts on that stage of this. He retweeted a link for Hebrews to Negroes. And the only thing they want to discuss is parts of it that are apparently anti-Semitic.
Yeah. I have no...
What are your thoughts on them providing him the opportunity to apologize for retweeting a link to a documentary and book on our history and them saying it was wrong because it contains things that are anti-Semitic?
I'm going to start this thing off by saying it's shitty Christians. It is shitty Jews. It is shitty Muslims. It is shitty people who practice Hindu. I'm sure it's shitty monks, shitty nuns, shitty Catholics, Episcopalians. I don't give a fuck about the group of any of these fucking religions because all collectively, they all dumps the fucking fires. I don't give a fuck about none of them. I treat everybody individually. So in saying that, it's shitty everybody, but it's also good everybody. And I think it might have been James Baldwin that said, the world is held together by the love of a few. So I got love for whoever the fuck you are individually and whatever my experience is with you. Now, to get to this Kyrie shit, I despise how this man is being treated. I don't give a fuck about the retweeting of the link. That all that shit is. I don't give a fuck about like the context of like what he did or whatever the fuck. How he's being treated. How this man is being treated. Nobody is talking like Rod said. The Kareem Abdul-Jabbar shit. We touched on this a few weeks back. Is if you want to have a conversation with that man one-on-one, you go to him. And we'll know that you wanted what was best for him. If he hop into a post-game interview, he hop into in front of a microphone like this, and he say, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, through my people, through his people, reached out to my people. Me and him went to dinner at such and such restaurant. We sat down. That brother gave me some context. He gave me some perspective. We had a one-to-one. We had an opportunity to talk back and forth for 3.5 hours. We had wine, we had steak. And he brought a couple of people with him who shared some perspective with me. They gave me some books. That's how you do shit. And what we do in the black community is, I hate this, and I hate this, and I hate this, and I will go on record 1,000 times saying how much I fucking hate this. When somebody say something against us, we pile the fuck on to each other. And we jump into that shit. Oh, everybody piling on this person? Like even Kanye. Like I don't agree with everything he do. I haven't agreed with everything Kyrie do. I don't agree with most shit that people do because it's not how I would do anything. And that's what we get up in arms about is somebody did this shit and somebody's that we respect or we hold in high regard said, this is unacceptable. And so the mob is very powerful, and it shows you, like, you see it every day on Twitter, on Facebook. When the mob get behind some shit, like, I wish we got behind this shit to end hunger. I wish we got behind this shit to, like, end a whole lot of our fucking issues. But one, like, for Kyrie, for them motherfuckers to pile on to Kyrie like this shit, and for them to stipulations on whether this man to get, this is the context, and this is the metaphor I'll give it. They want that nigga to renounce his name as Kunta and say his name is Toby.
Thanks. May I speak, bro?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna start at the genesis of this shit, bro. I'm disgusted by every fucking step of the process. Step 1, Kyrie retweeted a link about something called Hebrews to Negroes, about the journey of our lineage from being the sons of Abraham to being recognized as Negroes. And Jewish people who were offended by parts of that documentary and book commandeered its entire meaning to be anti-Semitic. That ain't what the fuck that documentary about. That ain't what the fuck he retweeted. He retweeted Black history, and they made his tweet about Jewish hate. That ain't what the fuck he retweeted. Step 2, they provide him the opportunity to apologize for retweeting Black history because they were offended by parts of the documentary. I remember reading Huck Finn and shit in elementary school. It's okay for me to read this great American art with nigger in it as a kid, but this motherfucker as a grown-ass man can't retweet a documentary because trying to get to our history that y'all don't teach, it had parts in it that offended the Jewish community? Where the fuck they do that at? Not America. That ain't where the fuck we do that at. The ends justify the means in America, and in order to get the history they don't teach, he should be able to retweet a motherfucking link that contains things in it that offend some people. And he shouldn't have to apologize to no motherfucking body if I, as an 8-year-old, can hear white people in class chosen in a Black neighborhood. It's 3 white people in class. They choose the white kid to read the part of the book that got nigger in it. And that ain't coincidence.
That shit wild because you mentally posted.
He went to a different elementary school. So if he had the same experience, you see what the fuck, it's a part of our maturation. But we can't get to our history because that documentary that is 3 hours long contains a couple of quotes that may be considered anti-Semitic. And we're not going to address Jeff Bezos, the nigga who platform is on. We're not going to address anybody in the NFL, the people who partnered with Amazon Prime. We going to make Kyrie a person who has been on an obvious journey. Since Kobe Bean Bryant's death, you can track it on that nigga Instagram. Just flip through it. When you see the RIP Kobe tweet, the next shit you start to see is Malcolm X tweets. Mandalas. Shit where he journeying inward trying to find himself. This man has been on a constant journey trying to find himself. And he went to a documentary that he felt connected him to his history and wanted to share it with other people. And because it had contents that offended some, he is a symbol of hate. Fuck y'all. Stop putting that bullshit in elementary schools and having Black children read that bullshit that got nigger in it then. Get nigger out of schools then. If you can't offend people in the process of showing art or teaching history. Stop teaching slavery. Stop mentioning that shit. You feel what the fuck I'm saying? How the fuck you gonna start Black history at slavery and then tell us we can't teach any version of history that offend other people? Fuck y'all. And then you gonna suspend him and put him, he gotta go through counseling? He gotta apologize and do all this shit to appease who? For what? And the nigga who made the documentary get to keep selling the rental for $12 and the whole movie for $60. That shit going for 3 times the price of Avatar. Bezos can sell that shit for 3 times the price of Avatar, but Kyrie gets suspended 5 games, a fine that total over like $1 million. When you divide it by 82 and what his salary is, he get $1 million fine and them niggas get to sell it for $60 a pop. No. Fuck everybody involved. Fuck everybody involved. And they ain't anti-nothing. I am pro-Black.
And that's that I watched Jay Williams on one of those morning sports shows talk about how they piling on Kyrie, and he mentioned the same thing you mentioned, and saying, why the hell are we not mentioning Amazon, who got it on their actual platform? And
Can I yell one more thing, bro?
Yeah, go ahead.
Every single basketball player who has spoke out against Kyrie should be fucking ashamed of themselves. Because for one, you should be supporting him. Period. Two, you stupid motherfuckers don't understand precedent. They could suspend you for at least 5 games and indefinitely for a tweet now. The reason will change once they set the precedent to be able to do it, you dumbass motherfuckers.
But that really don't apply to them, though.
Nigga don't understand precedent, bro. I was screaming this shit through the whole pandemic. Shit you begging for now for this reason will be something they can always do for whatever reason they deem moving forward. Precedent. Prohibition with alcohol to there being 156 things on the banned substance list, and you can go get drunk as you motherfucking want to. It's about the precedent, bro. Once they get you to do something for your own good, they're going to be shoving this shit down y'all dumbass throat.
Yeah, bro. It's unfortunate, man. Like, especially for somebody who is willing to learn in public. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't believe this man got to hate. Nothing this man has done has been hateful. And like, this man he working to figure things out for himself and to educate himself and to work on himself. And like the attacks that he comes under, and I'm not saying that this man is everything. Like, I'm not saying that everything he does is right. But what I am saying is I don't like the narrative of, I don't like how the way he is being attacked, and like it's a public.
He didn't retweet a Holocaust comedy, a parody. He retweeted a documentary. Yeah. He retweeted a documentary that is on Amazon Prime. It wasn't some motherfucker at a stoplight handing out pamphlets and he screenshotted it and shit. You got to go spend money to consume this.
But that's not really the point of today's America. The whole thing is to make someone believe what you want them to through the imagery of what you're showing them. Right. It's not about the actual context of what's actually
right. Not at all. Not at all.
It just matters.
No one
looks at anything past just looking at it initially. So
it's what the Bible is. You cherry pick. I'm gonna cherry pick some verses. I'm gonna cherry pick what I want you, and then I'm gonna shape the narrative. And if everybody's against you, then you must be wrong.
Like, with how quickly it happened, I feel like the different communities within the activism sector of the Jewish community earmarked this documentary and said, anybody who shares this, we go get them. It feel like that's what happened. It was too swift.
Well, I mean, it wasn't really swift because they were already on their ear, because I remember initially when everything happened with Kanye, it was almost immediately like I would see certain things online from Jewish people speaking out outwardly about it, like within a day and a half of, mind you, I didn't watch anything that he said with Nor. At all, because I don't care. And when I kind of deem what you're saying, like, you just talk too much, I don't want to hear it. Now, initially, like I said, you're going to see snippets, but that's all they're going to show, because where we are right now, when it comes to everything, we're going to look at pieces of what's being said, interpret what the whole totality of a 2-hour interview is in a 2-minute clip, because we can't watch something past 10 minutes now. And that's half the fucking country, if not more, where no one has an attention span whatsoever. So they're not going to look at the actual body of anything. So with Kyrie literally saying or mentioning anything, and you have it now in the thought process of people that this is what this is, it doesn't matter what the body is at all.
The thing that's happening that is overwhelmingly clear to anyone with logic and reasoning skills is anti-Semitic is something that is wildly hateful and has led to horrendous things in this world. Its current manifestation is if you say anything that is not in favor of the Jewish community, unfavorable, it is anti-Semitic. That is how they are using it today and weaponizing it as the actual term of hate and danger that it actually is. But it's like, it's similar to if someone says, I believe homosexual people are born that way, and you believe is nature versus nurture. You believe their environment and different things they experienced and different things they went through led to the person they became. If you say anything that is not in line with the narrative that they are building or what they are saying is the common understanding in the LGBTQ community, they say you're homophobic. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could just have a difference of opinion or be speaking on something that is what you have observed in your lifetime. But if you say anything that is not a part of the agenda, you are homophobic. So that's what's being done with the Jewish community and being called anti-Semitic. If anyone says anything that seems unfavorable, they are being painted as hate mongers. The thing Kanye said about people of the Jewish faith being at the top of all of the media conglomerates is simply a fact. When he goes on a rant and makes it seem as though something insidious is being done, that is his opinion. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't understand how it get twisted as him hate mongering when he is simply saying, I hate what hip hop is doing to my community, and all of the people in control are not a part of my community. The people who profit most are not the people who are affected. That is simply a fact. Does anyone question whether or not Lyor Cohen makes more money than Young Thug? Do you, P?
Have I questioned it?
He's been around since Rockefeller. Is anybody questioning whether or not the people at the top are profiting off of this gangster music more than the people who they are signing to?
Like you
more
said,
than the people whose checks they sign?
Yeah, it's a fact. Like that's...
Who you think made more money, Jerry Buss or Magic Johnson?
Yeah.
Like, let's be real.
Yeah. It's
this is just reality, and it ain't even. And I'm pretty sure Jerry is not even of the Jewish faith. I'm just saying, people at the top of organizations are making more
money than the people who make. Yeah.
So when Kanye say the people at the top of all of these entertainment companies who are peddling these images are not from my community, I like to sit down and do something about changing this. Not changing the leadership, but changing the messages that are being pumped to my community and representing us. They call him anti-Semitic and ignore the rest of his message.
It's not about none of that.
The term kill the messenger exists for a reason. Don't kill the messenger. And it's all they do. And it's so that people never focus on the message.
But that's what I'm saying about the way we are right now, because we're in a weird part of society, because now at all times people are trying to portray the image that they are for something, because if you align yourself with certain groups, it gives you a bit of cachet within communities. And now we don't have people organically acting or reacting to things anymore, because we're being told through the way we consume shit when it comes to the media that we watch, how we're supposed to feel about stuff. And that's not really nobody's place to say about how you feel about some individual. But now we have this group think mentality as a society where we have to all act or think the same way about everything. And that's scary.
The thing that's so broken is, like, if you actually look into history, there are no perfect messengers other than messiahs and religions. All of our education, K through 12, is built on Aristotle and Platonic school and Platonic thought that they took from somewhere else, but we ain't gonna get into that. But Plato said that he believed that love between a man and a woman couldn't really exist. The only real love existed between a man and a boy. Platonic relationships are called platonic relationships because he only dealt with women for procreation. It wasn't for love. That's why it's called a platonic relationship. Look that shit up. But we can go into all of their philosophy and study all their shit and not look at horrendous shit like pedophilia and that type of shit and invalidate their hope. Like, there have been no perfect fucking messengers. There have been none. You understand me, P? Yeah. There have been none. And all they do in today's time is kill the messenger when all of us are flawed. Kanye fucked up. Kyrie fucked up. He did not retweet that link to spread hate. Kanye did not say what he said to spread hate. If the ignorance is all you focus on, it will be all you ever get. And that's why I say fuck everybody for how they responded, because there is a certain people who have no desire but to just throw sticks on the flame and watch the world burn, because here's some negativity. I like being negative. I'm going to go yell negative shit at Kyrie because he's the most recent person to fuck up. And they don't really care about anybody, let alone people of the Jewish faith. And for the people who are actually offended, I pray that they find whatever peace they need through this process. And they are not who I'm talking to when I yell fuck everybody. I'm talking about all the people who just piling on Kyrie because it's the thing to do. Them to everybody, I'm saying fuck.
Exactly.
Not people of the Jewish faith who are offended by things in this documentary. But if you are offended by things in this documentary and the way you are channeling that frustration is hating Kyrie, I think that's ridiculous. Yeah. Because there's a director, there's a narrator, there's Jeff Bezos. There are people who are platforming this thing who you could address if it shouldn't be shared. There are publishers who are printing this book and sharing it digitally. You feel what I'm saying?
It's the laziness of society. It's like, oh, well, since this the motherfucker we going after, this the motherfucker we going after.
Brett Favre ain't lost no endorsements.
You don't have none.
And he stole money from black people. What about anti-Negro hate?
But there is none, because that don't exist unless we want to market it.
What about anti-African Americanism?
Doesn't exist unless we want to market it. Remember,
Mississippi, the only state in the union with more black people than white people, and he's stealing from the poorest people in the country. And why is the only state with more of us than them the poorest state? Ask yourself that. The resources get spread very deliberately. There are no mistakes or coincidences.
But no, that's because we have to spread our message more than anything else. It's always about keeping everything alive the way you want to. We need to always have a villain in everything, and the villain is a person that we can point to and say, "I don't like them." So once again, and since everybody's so smart now, we are so smart that we don't read anymore because I watch 30 seconds or something, so that's all I need to know. So you know everything about a subject from watching 1-2-minute video. Yeah. And I know how to feel about someone who I've never met, been in the room with, or anything like that. That's why I said before, when I was kind of fuck Kanye, I kind of learned like, well, I don't know that nigga like that. So I really can't get mad at what he does or who he is. He ain't my nigga. And that's what I go off of now when it comes to disliking people. If I don't personally know you and you ain't done no fuck shit to me personally, it's really not my place to say, well, fuck that nigga. I don't know you. I mean, I can judge you, but that'd be real fucked up because, like you said,
and that's the biggest part. Speak on that part about not knowing and judging. The Kyrie thing on all kind of platforms got millions and millions and millions of comments. You think them motherfuckers watch that documentary? You think they watch Hebrews to Negroes?
To get the context of like, why are we actually pissed off at this man?
To see that it's 3 hours long and the quotes you looking for, you got to find them and be looking for them. Did anybody watch the documentary before they said, Kyrie's an asshole? Fuck y'all. They gave him an opportunity to apologize and he didn't apologize. And now they say the Instagram ain't enough. So an Instagram post apology ain't enough to apologize for a retweet? What? What you got to do to apologize for a retweet? He got to go to counseling? He can't just send a tweet?
Black man must bow down in public and he must have his ass kicked.
How about this? This is what Kyrie should have done. Retweeted an educational Holocaust documentary. Would that have fixed it? Because a retweet fucked it up, right? Retweet something educational about Jewish people. Wipe your hands clean. Because retweeting that was hateful and anti-Semitic. So if he just retweeted something else, it would have been loving and educational and spirit filled and the best apology possible, right? Because retweeting that was super hateful. He needed to be suspended and it cost him $1 million because he wasn't ready to apologize. So a retweet should fix this shit, right? That's the thing I hate the most about this shit. And I saved it for the finale. Joe Tsai, Adam Silver, everybody bitching. Why don't y'all just want to retweet to fix it? Why want to retweet fix it? Why you need an apology? Why he need counseling? Why he need to be suspended? Why can't he just retweet something that somebody else write? Maybe somebody else make a video apology and he just retweet that because he didn't make this shit either.
As you can see, Cowmunity, we feel very strongly about what's going on in this community, like in the community with it's the fuckery, man, that we have to deal with all like since the dawn of time, and it's the legitimate fuckery. Like I don't believe, like I wholeheartedly do not believe in my heart of hearts that man meant anything anti-Semitic in the least.
They know he did.
And for y'all to go and pick out what you wanted to it, not even y'all, not y'all, for the narrative to be that he meant this to be hate-filled, and then go talk about something else that he did in retweeting somebody who was fueled with hate, and painting this narrative and lynching this man in plain sight, taking away his livelihood, taking away his legacy.
It is modern day buck breaking. Taking the richest, most powerful of you, the billionaire class with Ye, and snatching everything from him if he got the nerve to say something we don't like.
Yeah. It's
couple $100 million for Kyrie. You get to saying something we don't like, we gonna snatch it from your ass too.
I can take it.
So if anybody who ain't one of them, the biggest, most powerful, most strongest, richest of you, imagine what the fuck we'll do to you. It's buck breaking, bruh. They stripping and spanking the strongest nigga they can in front of everybody. And when niggas join in, it disgusts me, bruh.
Yeah.
But it's fear though.
Yeah.
They make you as a black person be fearful to join anyone who doesn't want to assimilate. If you don't assimilate as a black person, they teach you that means that you're anti-peace because you're not assimilating to white comfortabilities. And that's all it ever is. And when it comes back down to it, more than anything else, once again, through the pandemic, more people have time to sit down. There's no need to subscribe to your system anymore. We don't have to. And the bad thing is, especially when it comes to athletics, them niggas are not dummies no more. All them are smart. All of them got financial advisors. So they not going broke right after they fucking get done. They quitting once they still know they want, once they got their bread. You think Kyrie fucked up? You think Kanye fucked up? No. Because the thing about it is they want to show to the world that as a black person, we took it from you. No, bitch, I earned it. Like when they tried to make LeBron seem like they gave him something. No, he became a billionaire because he wanted to be one, not because y'all made him one.
Speak on that. And while we on that shit, let's not sit here and act like LeVar Ball didn't have an answer 5 fucking years ago. Had y'all niggas started making your own and stop signing up and stop reeing up with them niggas, they couldn't take a goddamn thing from you because it would be yours.
Yeah.
But you still got the big.
But you see what they did with him. They took his son and got him out of the biggest market and got him to the smallest market they could in New Orleans. And when he became a free agent, he went back to one of the biggest ones he could in Chicago. All of that shit is chess moves for them niggas, bruh. This shit ain't a game, bruh. And I pray the Balls win out, bruh. They got Melo to sign with Puma, bruh. But I pray they win out, bruh. Cause the Balls had the answer.
Yeah.
LeVar Ball had, fuck Sway, LeVar Ball had the answer. And he was willing to leverage everything to prove it. And if he kept all the sons under the umbrella, they'd have been unstoppable. But the world did everything they could to tear that man down.
Well, it wasn't really LeVar. LeVar wanted to self-promote. And the thing about LeVar is he was still right because he got all his sons in the NBA. So either way it goes, he
saw himself as Willy Wonka, or did he? He had to be the Ringling brother, or Dane. He had to be the Ringling brother for Biggie and them to be able to just be artists and just be able to hoop.
It's different for them because all them niggas. LeVar, well, it's not the same. It's kind of the same because just too much ego and not enough. Like he was a mastermind, but the thing about LeVar is if he would have taken his time. And I think especially now, once you kind of approve your product like he has with his sons, and Lonzo, I feel bad. I hope he's able to come back from his little injury, but LaMelo, that nigga can play. So with him being that good, if they would have all hit the league at the same time, and now you got all your sons, the other one don't get caught
stealing, I think he'd have been 3 for 3.
Well, no, he in the league through the D League. He in, but he not in, but he's still in the league.
I think he'd have just been legit in though. I think they capping on how good that nigga is and just making it tough on him.
But you still can't say LeVar Ball don't have 3 sons that's in the NBA. Yeah. That's your selling point. So when you got 3 sons that are NBA players, and now you come out with the big baller brand, you establish your product. He came out saying, because it wasn't like Lonzo was not a bad player. Lonzo was just, he had so much pressure because of his dad, and that's what fucked him up. If it had been LaMelo could have taken that, but LaMelo and Lonzo ain't the same type of player. I feel
he said from day one LaMelo was the best though.
Yeah, but he couldn't but that's what I'm saying. But he should have waited till that nigga got in the league and not Lonzo. I still get what he meant. But LaMelo, because he's so raw, that's the selling point. That's a prime time like nigga. So LeVar was smart, but like, the thing about it is, even when he kept going on, like, you on TV too much, nigga, shut up, because with the shine gone, it's gone. You can't get it back. Even when LeVar was courtside, when Lonzo was going off for one of them Lakers games he first started, it had already started to wear off, so he couldn't keep that same cachet around the product. Because the player's the product, and that's why these leagues scared too. Yeah. Because once the product leave, you don't have any weight like anymore. And that's what's so scary about the Big 3 league. They could really fuck around and get some niggas out of the NBA. Because if niggas don't want to fuck with that shit, they will leave.
They're looking at the example that's going on right now in Live Golf. And they keep coming out disrespecting that league. Oh, these guys, they get their biggest names. They Tiger Woods, they Rory McIlroy, all those guys that went over to the other league.
They started another side league with them.
Discredit their yeah. They started another side, like Tiger and Rory started tomorrow.
And with
sports.
The NBA players coming up free every 4-5 years, them niggas, like, imagine another LeBron like draft class come up and the league take they shot at them niggas.
And you know the fucked up part about the NBA,
like LeBron, Melo, Wade, Bosh,
niggas don't sign Darko 2 to 3 year deals now. They not signing nothing over 3.
You see the fear. This is how you see the fear manifesting. HBCUs have gotten no love for how long? Dion go to a HBCU. That HBCU start doing well. People start tuning in. It's doing numbers, bro. It's taking endorsement money. It's taking TV money.
Did NFL
imagine if they do a league in Africa and only draft from HBCUs,
bro,
and it's sponsored by ex-NBA players.
And it's frightening. It's frightening to these guys, bro. Like they seeing the writing on the wall, and they like, we gotta become a part of it and reel it back the fuck in.
Think about Giannis and them not coming to the NBA because there's an African league they can go to that's ran by ex-NBA players. The African league would blow right the fuck up, and it would become a travel destination for us.
Why? Because like Rod said, it's about the product.
But the crazy part is, who's in the African League, and I don't really fuck with him on the musical tip, but I always give him love. Fucking J. Cole.
I knew it.
J. Cole. Yeah. That's what I said. I don't fuck with that nigga music like that, but I fuck with that nigga as a human being. He's smart as fuck. And the thing about J. Cole I love, he just let his actions speak and he don't say shit. And that's why he more raw than most of these niggas, because he don't have an expectation, because he don't say it with the way he run his fucking mouth. And half of these men now, it's not the message. It's the fact that you in the front. J. Cole just want to show a way. And these other niggas, like, y'all want to be at the forefront. Sit the fuck down. You a whole ass nigga in the way you move. Your character not good. You need to learn how to sit to the back. But everybody want to be the nigga that be in the front, and that's not always the way. J. Cole really is best. Like, he shows. He literally jumps out when he does his music. He gets his money and he bags the fuck back. And he does a lot of yes, but he's not lacking. He's still in the top 5 rappers whenever he drops, and he's not visual. No, that's why when he comes out, it's a big deal because you don't see him. He understands how to protect his product.
Jack Nicholson.
Smart. Always know your product. And I think what it is now with the NBA, and we were saying that shit once again a few weeks ago, all these sports teams know y'all have no stars. None. Y'all can't make niggas care about this shit the way they used to. That's why, like, even the way they reporting about the World Series, nobody care about y'all.
But see, this is okay. To circle back, this is why I give LeVar Ball all the credit in the world. Because I was like, I'm a confession. I was one of the 12 million people watching them niggas hoop in Lithuania. So it ain't the NBA who made LaMelo Ball a star. It is LeVar Ball that made LaMelo a star. He could have sold them sneakers to the world without the NBA. That's my point, bro. Like, man,
you got the problem. Like,
got the problem. I done commandeered the hell out of this.
The show. Don't worry about the show. This is a conversation on wax, bro. Like, the conversation go how the conversation go. How many times we'd had the conversation? We just dropped some things off at segments, and we just keep it pushing. We engage in the conversation that I believe is an important discussion to have, because we sitting there talking about something that.
All right. Oh no, I'm just trying to. I get it.
Yeah, nah, I got you. Say so it switch back to you so I could disappear.
Yeah. Nah, man. Like the conversation around what's going on in our community, like why isn't our community as unified as it should be, or why isn't it as unified as it needs to be, or what does unification actually mean for us, and what could it help us to accomplish, and how could it help us to progress and move forward, and what things threaten that unification. And so it's like it's an extremely important conversation to have, bro. Like it's a lot bigger than the actual sport that's being played. It's why is the sport being played? Why is it making so much money? Why does it move culture? Okay. And it accomplishes so many different things for so many different people, except for one, like you get like, if we were to pool together our resources, say for instance, Rod made $100 million. C.O.D. made $100 million. P made $100 million.
And
is making $100 million.
I'm just saying, we're going to make $100 million straight up.
Oh, yeah. Square up, isn't it? And like we decide to hire financial advisors. We decide to hire. You shaking your head? No. At hiring.
Ain't nobody touching my motherfucking money. Fuck that shit, bro. I'm not gonna have a story where some nigga stole money from me, bro. I'm gonna just handle that shit myself, bro. I'm gonna research that shit, and if I'm getting ready to do something investing, I'm gonna treat that shit like a college course. And if I need to become 300 level in it to put $10 million into it, then I will become 300 level and study the shit for 2 years before I do it. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
man, fuck anybody who want my man. Nah, fuck all that shit, bro.
I got somebody I trust.
Lawyers, yes.
It's the same thing. And
advisor, nah. Yeah, except for like maybe, bro. I didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got somebody I trust with my shit.
Okay, so yeah. That's different. That's different. But new niggas. Nah. But bro,
it would have to be somebody who you got history with anyway, who would have to touch your money, because realistically, a financial advisor is basically just someone that kind of like, if you know,
I ain't gonna say his name, but I trust bruh to be able to get my shit back if anybody ever tried to do some slick shit. I trust him to be that financially fluent. You know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga different.
Yeah. I don't know that nigga, but I believe what you're saying.
If any, like that's why when he said, "Nah, I got somebody I trust," I said, "I got somebody I trust too." But these other niggas, nah. Like these, like you meet a motherfucker. He be like, I got a guy. If you need somebody to review the contract, I say, I'm sure the fuck you do. Fuck them niggas is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know, cuz. No. But legit, bro. Like, it's so many things.
What's his
and like
parent company now?
BOA.
Damn. Okay. Tell them to get your boy a job.
Square bit it. But yeah, we can go on about this.
I'll move to Houston.
This should be a series. Cowmunity or unity shit. Like how do we bring more of
What you think of the t-shirt, bro? You rock some shit like that? Talk Pete, and then show on the back real quick if y'all back.
Yeah. You see me? Conversations on Weird Ass. Hold on. What way I need to move?
It's straight. Now the reason why, because you know a lot of Bulls fans will fuck with that shit, so you put that hoe online to do numbers anyway.
Hey, we gonna market that shit straight to Chicago on IG. I ain't even think about that shit. It's a counter.
I know
they ain't gonna be able to fuck with us.
Nah, but do that shit to Midwestern niggas that still fuck with it. Cow niggas about that shit too.
God damn, why ain't we marketing the Wyoming and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit to everybody.
Big farm energy.
You're a fucking genius.
Get them white boys up there, they be wearing nigga shit, won't even know it. And they be buying that shit by the fucking boatload. Do that.
Standing right out there on the goddamn fishing line. What the word, boy? Give me some headlines. Real that bitch in, dude.
Square B to take two big ass. Yeah, we got some ideas to flesh out. But yeah, man. Speaking of injuries, our fantasy team not doing good, bro.
The Cowboys having a tough season.
The Cowboys
we the anti-Dallas. We the anti-Dallas.
First round pick hurt. Second round pick hurt. Fourth round pick hurt. Fifth round pick hurt. Seventh round pick hurt. Eighth round pick hurt. Yeah. Our two best running backs. Two top running backs got hurt. Two top receivers got hurt. Quarterback decided he wasn't going to show up for the season. Russell Wilson. But he been playing hurt. And so, yeah, we're not doing very well, man. We've been having to try to pick up the pieces, and it's not going as well as your boy would hope. So we 3-5 right now, headed to 3-6. Like that's almost inevitable at this point. We went against some pretty heavy hitters today, and they doing us all the way in. So that's all we're gonna do on the fantasy side, man. Injuries is plaguing the league this year. The product is given, obviously, like whenever somebody get injured, cats able to step in and they able to show like what they can do and what they can accomplish and like why they was drafted or why they got an active roster spot. Bless you. And it's not, yeah, man, it just stinks, bro. Because I like being good at this fantasy shit. Like I really like being good.
Are you doing well in your other leagues, or did you draft similarly?
I know. I went into the league. I went into each draft wanting to draft the same motherfucking team. And one league, the one where I'm doing well is the team that I got. That I like most of the guys I got, I wanted. So we got Jalen Hurts. We got over there. We got Dalvin Cook. We got Ramondre Stevenson from New England. We got I had Hollywood Brown in that league too, but he got hurt. Mike Williams from the Chargers. Cortland Sutton
full
from
of Ravens
Broncos.
and renamed them the Dallas. I'm
about to. Bro. I'm about to pull a Baltimore.
We changed franchises, nigga. We big tight.
We 7-1 over there, baby. Baby. GSH Cowboys. Yeah, next week we gonna show up, man. It's gonna be a complete. Hey, man, he ain't draft that team. Yes, I did. Them the Cowboys. Yeah. We moved the team in the middle of the night on y'all ass.
What they call that shit, the Mandela effect. What draft episode y'all remember? We ain't do no draft episode. That shit that disappeared for YouTube.
Real dead.
We got to watch ours.
It's going business, man. We
can't get that back. That's straight drop money.
Yeah, we got a team that's 7-1 in first place right now. But yeah, bro. one thing I wanted to chat it up about is what we picked on the team side, where the standings are now. What surprises have you seen? And give me one team that you like been watching and you've been rocking with that has, it don't have to be a surprise, like whether they're doing good or whether they're doing bad. Like, let me know like a team that you've been following and you like, man, here's some things that I see about this team, and I always want to hear you talk about them. So we'll start off with where are the divisions now and what we picked, and see what we got, what we have right so far this season. And then we'll go into like that one team, and then we'll do a deep dive. So we'll start off with the AFC East. Right now we got, so right now we got the AFC East. We got the Bills in first place at 6-2. We got the Jets in second place at 6-3. We got the Dolphins in third place at 6-3. We got the Patriots.
Keep talking. Keep doing intro.
That's what I would try to keep talking. So
no, you're not doing intro though. You doing big talk, big talk.
But yeah, man, like so far in this NFL season, it is, people are very frustrated because points are down. Most of that is caused by like the lack of continuity in the offenses, and I think a lot of it is cats on defense is just getting better. Like the schemes are getting better, the athletes on defense are getting better. The cats are watching film and they are doing better than the offenses right now. I don't believe the offenses have dropped in ability outside of offensive linemen are going to have to get a lot more. Like we're going to have Brawley. We're going to have offensive linemen that look like big linebackers, I feel like, at some point, because what we got at pass rusher is very difficult for cats to stay in front of on offensive lines. But like also quarterback players got to improve, and I'm not going to say what these cats are when it comes to ethnicity, but there's some quarterbacks out there that's very hard to keep up with right now. Like we was talking earlier in the season about how one player was struggling and how he wasn't doing well on the field because he just didn't have the ability. And we see as time has progressed over the past few weeks, like this week, he became the player with the most rushing yards in a single game, out rushing Michael Vick. Michael Vick's 173-yard performance. I think it might have been against the Minnesota Vikings in 2000. I forget what year. But today, Justin Fields ran for 178 yards and set the NFL record for most rushing yards for a quarterback in a single game. And we see how for who ain't got no offense.
My bad, bro. I'm discombobulated because I keep trying to look for the season 2 picks and they not in the fucking Google Docs, bro. Where the fuck they at, bro?
Did we write them down?
Hell nah. I typed them shits up. You don't remember that shit?
I do remember that shit. Yeah.
Fuck. I'm wondering why you ain't have them as an aid to remember what we picked so we can see who at the top of each division. Because if you remember, we couldn't choose the same team and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Do your thing. I'm finna find it on YouTube. Go ahead.
Got you, Mr. White Man. You fucked up, Tom. You didn't win. Oh, shit, nigga. Nigga lost.
What happened?
Nigga lost.
Tom Brady lost?
Tom Brady just fucked up a fourth and goal.
Fourth and goal on your ugly. Let's go.
Oh, damn.
Oh, you lost again. Brady retired like Rodgers. Y'all fourth got to sit down. You should have got that rim.
But yeah. So we'll go through the We'll go through like where the shit at right now. I have like the standings and shit. We got the AFC East. We got the Bills at the top. They 6-2. We got the AFC West. Chiefs play tonight, but right now, as it stands, they are in first place at 5-2. In the AFC North, the Ravens are 5-3 at that top spot. They play on Monday night against the Saints. AFC South, the Titans are at the top of that division at 5-2. In the NFC, you got the Eagles still undefeated at 8-0, leading the NFC East. NFC West, you got the Seahawks atop that division at 5-3. They are playing right now. I don't know what the score is in that game. I know they was going against the Arizona Cardinals, and the Cardinals. So Seahawks won that game. So the Seahawks improved their lead, their first place lead. NFC North, you got the Vikings at 7-1. NFC South, you got the Falcons right now in the lead at 4-5, but the Saints play tomorrow on Monday Night Football, and they can improve their record to 4-5. I do remember we'll go to AFC first. AFC East, you chose the Billy Bills. So your team right now is in first place. How you feel about that pick? You feel confident in it?
You got damn right I do. Tua could continue to be perfect. And I'm going to still win that goddamn division. Take that, Miami.
This is where I beat it. I picked Miami, yeah, and we are in third place right now. In the AFC West, the Chiefs are leading that division. I think you picked the Chiefs to win that division.
Yeah, I did. Because I'm great at this shit.
And I picked the Broncos like a damn fool.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
No copyright infringement intended. Okay, you know that boy done trademarked that bullshit.
Yeah, we'll get into reasons why that was a poor pick later on, but we'll keep it pushing. AFC North, I picked.
You think Sierra's staying around long enough to get half?
Is she smart? She better get that sandwich money. The danger sandwich. I picked my silly black ass picked the Browns to win the AFC North. I thought Jacoby Brissett was going to be able to hang on. He got him at 3 wins.
Did you pick first? I think you picked first.
I picked first and picked the Browns. No, I didn't. You picked the Ravens and I picked the Browns.
I know. I set you up. Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
How the Ravens doing?
They 5-3. They at the top right now when they play the Saints on Monday Night Football tomorrow.
I like our chances.
So they can improve to 6-3 tomorrow. AFC South, you picked the Titans. They at the top of that division. They 5-2. I picked the Jaguars.
5 straight wins on the legs of Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Chugga.
Bro, he the quarterback of the team. Mike Vrabel gave an interview. Like, I know we're gonna talk about this a little bit more, but like Mike Vrabel literally said, "There's a difference between this team and every other team in the NFL. We have Derrick Henry, who has the most 200-yard rushing games in NFL history." Like, bro, we have Derrick Henry. We have a dude.
He done rushed for at least 187, I think. Last 4 times he played the Houston Texans. So y'all good there.
He got 4 straight 200-yard games against the Texans. His last 4 games against the Texans, he averaging 200 yards.
Yeah, they ain't doing y'all justice. Shouts out to the Astros though, and Mattress Mac.
Yeah, big bad game. In the NFC, my Eagles on top of the division at 8-0. Your Cowboys at 6-2 doing
on y'all ass. Yeah. We coming.
2 games back, but
y'all ain't resting nobody.
I can't remember who we chose in the NFC West. You remember your NFC West pick? I want to say mine was the Cardinals.
I know the fuck you do. Who chose first? I don't remember.
I don't remember. I think you might have chose the Rams.
That sound like me. They the defending Super Bowl champs. If I chose first, I'd have went with the Rams. I know I was not choosing the Seahawks.
Yeah, neither one of us chose the team. I know neither one of us chose the Seahawks, and I don't think either one of us chose the 49ers. So I'm assuming we both at the bottom of that one. But
we might see
you in the lead though. I think the Rams. Who they play?
Find their document.
I think they play tonight. I think they play the.
They're playing the Bucks right now.
They playing the Bucks right now.
Yeah, Tom Brady trying to come back. They ain't got no timeouts. There's 24 seconds left. It's actually kind of compelling. I hope he lose though, because I need him to stop trying to be hero white boy. They need to go ahead and sit his ass down like Aaron Rodgers.
They trying to get us canceled. We ain't gonna be able to explain that. He gonna get us. Hey, conversations are wet.
Oh, I'm sorry, but no.
No apologies.
1,000. No.
Now he said he got his apology off. If you watch the whole interview, you better post the whole clip. He already got his apology off.
I'm not apologizing to them people though.
Who got the ball right now? Tampa Bay got the rock.
Yeah, they on the fucking 14.
Goddamn, they was just on the 50. How they get to the 14?
Fucking, they got converted. I mean, this is compelling. It's Tom Brady. I know. Come on, let's go.
Oh, Scotty Miller out of bounds at the 6 yard line. Goddamn.
Please
second and goal with 16 seconds left.
So what I need right here for the GSH Cowboys, the new GSH Cowboys, is him to throw that ball to Chris Godwin. I need a touchdown by Chris Godwin. I got the LA Rams.
Chris Godwin in the slot. Second and 3 to get a first down. Second and 7 to get a touchdown. Ooh, incomplete to Mike Evans. Pass interference. Ball on the 1 yard line. 13 seconds left. Will Tom Brady sneak it?
Is Tom Brady gonna throw a pick on the 1 yard line and they gonna return it for a touchdown? Jalen Ramsey.
They don't need to. They just need to swat this shit.
He probably hold that Russell Wilson ring in such high regard because it's the one where he beat the Legion of Boom, and all he had to do was watch Russell Wilson fuck it up. So he ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna do that.
Fuck you, Tom Brady. Joe. I hate that every time. Look at the ref. He just want to fucking like.
Oh, he ain't gonna be able to sneak it from there. He in the shotgun.
He ain't running that ball.
Chris Godwin in the slot, tight end over the backside. This a running play.
Who in the backfield? Rashad White.
He threw it to the tight end, touchdown. They got him. And they give him 15. That's the win. They ain't got to kick the field goal.
That's how it go. I was pulling, but it's reeling me back. It is what it is. We got the NFC North. I don't remember who we chose in the NFC North. I may have chose the Vikings. This looked like a choice that I made. Neither one of us. I know neither one of us. You chose Lil Wayne's Packers, I think, and I think I took the Vikings because I had drafted Dalvin Cook by that point, and so they in first and second place. Shockingly, the Packers in second.
Hey, we ain't got to talk about the Packers. We ain't got to talk about the Packers.
In the NFC South, I took my Saints. You took the Buccaneers. The Atlanta Falcons are in first. Buccaneers in second. Saints are in third. So on, yeah.
What's wrong with your video? It just keep freezing when you talk.
So on that front, we're not doing. I mean, we're not doing terrible, but some things that's happening in the league this year that nobody predicted. Nobody could have predicted. Like the league been a free for all this year, and I can only imagine what some people's slips looking like when they betting these games. Like you betting favorites and stuff. Man, you getting crushed this year. Like I don't know what the betting look like, but I'm sure it's a down year for a bunch of folks because one, the injuries is plaguing people. Two, the quarterback play look like it's been cheeks. Like it's been certain guys in spots that are playing well, but like overwhelmingly, like outside of about 4 or 5 quarterbacks, it's been just bad. Like it's been bad. Like when the GOATs is falling apart, when you got Tom Brady fighting for his life at 4 and whatever the fuck. Also, I don't know how the hell they got the ball back. When we was watching, they got to do something different over there. Like LA wilding. But
you said
I'm mad
LA
about
wild.
this. I'm mad about these Cowboys. LA wilding, bro. Like they stink, bro. Like they legitimately stink. Like they stink.
They was just running a pitch play while you said that, where they was going what, and then the nigga got tackled right when you said LA wild. I thought you was watching that shit.
I'm not even watching the game, bro. They but yeah, they stink.
I can't believe he fucked up that 4th and goal.
I'm frustrated about our Cowboys.
When I tell you somebody who gonna be on one, I can't wait to watch Skip and Shannon Undisputed tomorrow. Skip finna lose his shit. Thomas Edward, like, boy, he finna go off. He finna call that man whole government.
What happened?
Tom Brady came back. Like, he fucked up the 4th and goal. When Rod celebrated, he fucked up a 4th and goal that would have won the game. He went back and drove to get the winning touchdown after getting the ball back. Like, with 30-something seconds on the clock. He went and got the touchdown.
Damn.
Like, yeah. Like, when he fucked it up, it was like 134. They used all 3 timeouts. He got the ball back with like 34 seconds left. And went and got the fucking touchdown with no timeouts. Like, yeah. This is another one of them games.
That's ridiculous, bro. Like,
I can't wait to watch the show and see his reactions as he come back and get it. Cause he's like, this shit actually compelling. That thing, bink, bink, bink. That bitch scored. That shit was crazy. NFL, man. That's a nice little snapshot of the NFL this year while we talk about the standings. Cause who the fuck knows? Niggas who had the Rams, oh man, they thought they was finna cover and everything. The bitch scored a touchdown. Shit. Dolphins blocked the punch, scored a touchdown. I'm watching all the highlights now. I'm derailing the fuck out the show.
Oh, you good money. Yeah, man, I wanted to have a quick little chop session though. Did you know in football, the world game, which we are only a couple weeks away now from the World Cup starting. So we might need to do some picks and stuff around the World Cup. But did you know that the association is pitching around the idea of relegation in the NBA to kind of stave off tanking?
That's really stupid, and it would plummet the value of franchises. It's the whole point. It's what being an owner is in the NBA and in the NFL. Legislated equality. And for the NBA to be a league that doesn't have very much parity, to punish the bottom, ridiculous. They buoy the top. You gonna punish the Kings? I don't know no other teams that just think. I feel bad for the Kings right now. Who you gonna punish the Pacers? Who else think? Let's shit on a few teams. Was you gonna punish Dame and them? You gonna have Dame hooping in the G League because Nurkic always hurt.
Dame them they in the first place in the West.
I don't give a fuck. I just shit on a few teams.
You gonna take
the. Oh, he's just gonna give me the people. You gonna take the Philadelphia 76ers and just relegate Joel Embiid, make him play in NBA Africa? Which that's racist. You feel what I'm saying? That ain't okay.
Yeah, it would be it would be funnier. I think I heard somebody else mention this. It would be funnier, not like for the two teams in the NBA that got relegated to whatever league. It would be the 2 teams that replace the 2 NBA teams in the NBA and watching them get ran through 200-47. like watching Orlando. Let's pick a team who like a middling
team. I'm sorry,
team.
bro. not to derail everything, but I feel like we should start calling any comment that is not in support of black people racist. We should make that the new standard. You say what? Who get arrested most often for you racist motherfucker? And just leave it at that. Counsel them. Don't spend money with them no fucking more. We may not be able to take their endorsement from them. We can make them lame and fuck the shop with, and then other people will stop shopping with them because that's the power we wield, whether we realize it or not. Ye made Adidas bigger than fucking Nike. He undid what Michael Jordan did without shooting a basketball. Kanye West undid what Michael Jordan did without shooting a basketball. After making designer companies make sneakers for you motherfuckers. So when y'all wearing all these big stupid ass Balenciagas, you can thank Kanye and them Red Octobers because you never get them Balenciagas without him doing that with Louis Vuitton. You feel what the fuck I'm saying, bro? Mm. Like he changed everything he touched. So anything that don't sound like it's in support of black folks, that shit racist. Like the shit is homophobic, like that shit is anti-Semitic, that shit racist. From here on out. Keep up. And we gonna call out that racist shit. I'm gonna give me some headlines. Anybody saying something racist. Yeah, this the new standard, P. Because rather than be ignorant and not listen to people telling me about how they feel, I'll accept their hurt, educate myself and learn, and then raise the level of care and standard of care for myself because my self-love is top notch. And if that's where the self-love is, let me get on your page and stop bullshit. So when you poisoning a whole community of melanated people in Flint, Michigan, it's time to start charging people with some motherfucking crimes. Fuck all this protesting, fuck raising money, fuck sending atmospheric water shit up there and spending billions of dollars to send water. Yeah, do that. But let's charge some people with some crimes. Point blank, period. Somebody racist ain't fixed that water problem. And if the state not paying for their water, ain't no way hell citizens should be. So let's get some people in jail. Let's get their racist ass out of office. Because Flint water still fucked up.
Still?
Yeah. It just ain't in the news cycle.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
It's niggas who have been drafted to the NBA who were in Flint when the shit became a national news story. Kyle Kuzma from Flint, Michigan. It's like the Flint boys stick together in the NBA because they know where the fuck they come from. It's a few Flint niggas in the NBA, bruh. And it don't make no fucking sense for them to be spending millions of dollars every year. That's their charity, trying to make sure their community ain't poisoned. That shit crazy to me.
That's ridiculous, man.
Thank God they making 20s and 30s of millions of dollars a year. So when you need to donate at least 10% for taxable, blah, 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 that's $2 million in water, different resources. You feel what I'm saying? And then if it's five of them, that's $10 million a year. But like this shit crazy as fuck for them to have to focus their energy specifically on making sure that their community not poisoned. They don't work their whole life and they can't go build some schools here, do some cool shit here. They just got to make sure they ain't poisoned. Not I promise school, just please don't kill my goddamn kids before they get a chance to become men and women. Like a non-binary, I don't, you know what the fuck I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
This shit crazy to me though, bro. Man. A nigga took an atmospheric water machine up there that took water out of the air and turned it into drinkable water. like cleaner than any bottle of water on the market type shit. And niggas went up there and sabotaged that shit. Poured Freon in the cooling system and poison, like all kind of fuck shit. And he was like, it took someone who knows how this machine is built to break it like this. So it's probably 3 letters involved, but the shit wild as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Can I do you a favor?
In the midst of all of the chaos, calamity, and Tom Brady pulling rabbits out of hats, which is the one thing I do love about old Magi with old floppy sleeves. Could you do me the gracious deed of telling me something good?
I sure damn can, man. Yesterday, November 5th, the year of our Lord 2022, I went to an event, man, at the Innovation Hub in Houston, Texas, called the Ion. And I met this young man who put this event on. I met him about 5 months ago at the Ion at an event called Cup of Joy. And Cup of Joy is an event in Houston where a collection of minds from all different walks of life, Black people, Jewish people, Hindi people, Christians, women, men, non-binary people, engineers, lawyers, people in healthcare, people in education,
chickens,
people in
ducks, cats, dogs, ladies. Fresh.
All these people, man, they come together and they network, and it's not even a network. It's just people having conversations and people with ideas, innovative ideas to change the world in different fields and industries, and people in opposite industries having ideas and being like, I don't know exactly what I need. And somebody over here saying, oh, I work in computer programming. This is what you need. I'll give you a contact. And so this innovation hub it's a bright spot on my Friday because I usually go every Friday. But there's a gentleman that I met there through this networking event. His name is Khalil, and he's not a software engineer. He's not in any way involved in IT or anything. He just sees that the future is in tech. And what he did was he said, I'm going to put on an event for Black and brown children who don't have access to resources. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to get these people who claim that they want to support people who don't have access. I'm going to bring them and I'm going to say, here's some people who don't have access. What kind of resources can you donate so that we can tell these kids like what opportunities they have in this vast industry that is going to be very important to our future and our survival as human beings? And how can we meet them where they are to where it doesn't sound like these are kids in middle school, like these are middle school, intermediate age children. It's like, what can we introduce them to now to where in their education, they are made well aware of all the possibilities in tech, like whether that's music tech, whether that's legal tech, like whether that is building computers, whether that is tech in agriculture, whether that's tech in art, like whatever it is, and TVs and cameras, like whatever the hell it is. What opportunities do we have and can we present to these kids, man? So I walked in this event yesterday, bro, and he was like, he gave me the vision a while back. He's like, yeah, man, I want panels throughout the day. He's like, I want these stations where we have like robotics and we have these people in robotics, and like I want kids being able to do an interview about like how they see tech and what tech means to them, and people like taking their picture and making them feel like they're important, and like hearing and listening to their perspective so we can cater our education look like how they want to be taught. And so he gave me he's like, it's gonna be food trucks outside. Like he gave me this whole vision, man, and I got to walk into it yesterday and see it as he envisioned it, and see him running around like helping these vendors and like introducing these young kids to guys who were in aeronautics and people who were in marketing for tech companies and startups and stuff, man. And so it ended up being like over 100 something students between the ages of 10 or 11 and 18. And he opened it up with like this group of dancers from like New York who have been like traveling like all over the world, and like they did a fantastic job. And like he had these really energetic hosts that brought this thing to life, man. And they got everybody up and like had people like doing shit like very interactive, and so I got to spend some time, and like I met some other people who were in like videography and photography, and like we got to chop it up, and like we want to do some things together, bruh. And so shout out to Khalil and TechFest Live, because this is the third year that he's done this, but this is the first year he was able to do it in person, which is where the live comes from in the event's name. And it was extremely fruitful and extremely encouraging to see that. Like I think Buddy is like 26 years old, something like that, who somebody with like a vision, who has no background in the industry, and said this is important and is completely correct about that, and he did something about it, man. So shout out to Khalil and TechFest Live and what he is doing and what he's moving on, and his vision, and seeing that vision come to life.
That's what's up, bro. That is definitely something good. That is actually great. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep it on time, do it on time, do it right now, and don't do it late. Clear my throat. Smoke my weed. We here give me some headlines. Believe that it is always better to give than it is to receive. Yeah!